Okay, so I thought I'd maybe give some of the guys that are subscribed to my channel a chance before I put a lot of this on eBay. That's my gas tank collection of spare gas tanks that I don't really need. I got tons of them on the walls on most of the engines there. So, and of course I got a shed full of these gas tanks too. So this is just some of them right here. I'm just going to quickly go over them. And when I say quickly, I mean quickly. I'm not going to zoom in or anything on them. Okay, number one. This thing has number 2 on it, not number 1. Number 2 has a dent on the front here, dent on the side. That would be easy enough to pop out. It's from a 2-stroke 321 engine. I'm not sure if that's going to show up on there. Jacobson or something, 321. It's a 2-stroke, so it's actually probably off that 2-stroke engine that I have around the corner. So I got a 2-stroke lawnmower engine, and with the number 2 on it would make perfect sense because it would be like a commercial engine. Someone has, it looks like a grease nipple shoved into the bottom of the tank here. Yeah, it is a grease nipple, Zerk fitting. Yeah, that's one tank. I'm going to just go number 1, number 2, number 3. This one here is off some kind of old side lawnmower. It looks like there might be JB Weld around here. So, a couple screws in it there. There's no rust. Well, there is rust in this one, but it's a light amount of rust. The first one I showed had no rust. Has an on and off valve that seems to be stuck, but that's probably just from sitting. So, you know. Anyway, here's another one here. The grease fitting might be because he was pressure testing them. I don't know, because there's a grease fitting in this one too. This one here has no dents that I can see. Grease fitting in it. It's tight. I'm sure the threads are fine. I'm not going to check it. Used to be a fuel gauge. Now it's has a hole in it. This tank here has a light coat of rust on it, but that's something that chances are you put gas in it, most of it will wash away. So this one would be good for a vintage mini bike. It seems to be aluminum. Feels to be pretty thick. So that one, the third one. This one here is a cool little one. Wisconsin, and that's pretty much all I could see on there. Has a little tiny dent on this side here, but nothing major. A little dent on right here. This one here actually has no rust whatsoever, and it has, looks like oil in it. So this might have been an oil tank, not a gas tank. So, real thick, real heavy duty, this one. So, very nice tank for maybe a small mini bike. Now this is one of my favorites right here. Besides the big dent in it here. Oh, here, car going by. Briggs & Stratton. So, it actually has the logos on both sides here. Can't read the patent dates on it. Oh, maybe I can. 1952, 1963. And there's a few other ones on there. So that would be cool for a mini bike. And there seems to be actually not much at all for rust in it. A couple little dents, but that's probably just where you would mount it to the sides of the frame. But that would be cool for a mini bike. And I probably even have gas caps. So this is number 5. Another ugly one from who knows what. Light coat of rust on the inside of it. And yeah, this one here, who knows. Number 6, I think that's number 6. Panther cast iron sleeve, 2.5 horse. So this is on the Clinton Panther, which is a 2-stroke engine. So there's no rust whatsoever, but it is dented here on the filler. You see dented. So, but the straps alone here and the bracket could probably be used on a different tank. So, just because it has that bracket, it's probably pretty hard to find. The way that's made, it's almost like it's for a bottom shaft. It's kind of hard to say. I'd have to match it up. I do have one of these motors, or 2. I got 3 of these motors, so that one I might actually end up keeping. Okay, so this one here is, looks like an old who knows what. Light coat of rust on the inside. A little bit of a dent where the filler goes in it. Been painted, no markings. I don't see a little. No, that's not really a dent. A little, well, maybe a little bit. One there. Is that JB Weld? No. Hard to tell. I don't know if that's a repair or not. Doesn't really look like it. I already lost count, so this is a nice one here. I don't think that was a Briggs and oh yeah, you can see the end of Briggs and Stratton, but this one's all dented up pretty good on this side. Dents here, dents there. No rust whatsoever. Dead spider inside it. So that one there could probably be popped out easy enough. This one here has a light coat of rust in it. No dents. The marking tag, whatever it used to say here, is gone. 4 or 5 horsepower Briggs. Very dirty. Very dirty. I don't even want to touch it on. My hands are already dirty, so whatever. Has a carburetor, missing a diaphragm pump, fuel pump. Well, fuel, not quite pump, but you know what I mean. Anyway, that one's very dirty. I don't even want to touch it anymore. Another one. So this one here, someone took a scraper to it, scraped off all the paint. Oh, this one's heavy. This one here is steel. It's not aluminum. Has some good weight to it. This is off an old Briggs, I'm guessing. So it's missing the on and off knob. Do if that does spider crawling on me for a second. It doesn't have any rust inside it. Yeah, light coat, but nothing major. Everyone knows what this is off of. An old freaking very, well, not old, but first generation Briggs lawnmowers, and not a speck of rust inside there. So these were off the 3 horses and 3.5s, I guess. Lawn Boy carburetor, first generation one with a lot of solder holding that on. Silver solder, brazed. Not sure if that's going to show up at all. I know this was meant to be gas tanks only. Another Lawn Boy carburetor. 2 horsepower Briggs head. Air filter, air cleaner. I got actually a whole box of these, different ones off different engines. This is off Clinton. I'm guessing a Clinton. So, oil bath filter. That's actually, oh, there's a hole in the bottom here. I guess maybe that's where the crankcase breather went in. Hard to say. That's actually kind of a cool setup. I don't see any hairline cracks or anything in it. So, that's a pretty sweet carb. This is off Tecumseh. I think this was off the 5 horsepower model. Governor. So, the brass bushing looks to be in decent shape. This is off, looks bigger than a 5 horse Briggs. Not too sure. Another, looks like a 2 horsepower head. Timber! Lawn Boy cylinder head. It's fucked. Well, I shouldn't say fucked, but I wouldn't want to use it. Another air breather. It's just a screw-on type. Horsehair filter, or whatever you want to call that shit. Straw. Another carburetor. Has some kind of adapter on it. I know this video is already probably like 9-10 minutes long. Boring, but again, a lot of this stuff, I was actually going to send a lot of this to the scrap yard. I wasn't going to take it. When I went to get the stuff off the guy, I wasn't going to take a lot of it, but it's actually kind of handy. A lot of it I was going to let him scrap. So, okay. This is pre-58. Well, maybe it's not. It's 1960. I thought this was pre-1960, I thought, where it actually has the lines on here. So this is a 3 horse, but I think you can actually put these on 3.5s, 2 horsepower. It's a bunch of ones that fits. It's model 8130-302. So now this here is kind of cool. This thing weighs quite a few pounds, and I almost took my finger off with it. So anyway, it's a self-starter. I don't know what logo that is, if anyone can see that. I'm not sure if that's in focus. It's very, very heavy. Like, this has a lot of weight to it. I actually don't want to really even play with this, because it's basically you crank it. And then what it's doing, I'm not going to crank it anymore. I know it does work. Basically, once you crank it all the way, this will spin really, really quickly, which would start the engine. There's a big, powerful spring in here. So I actually want to find out what this is from. I'm guessing some kind of generator. But it probably could be retrofitted to almost fit anything. So, yep. That's kind of cool. So this here, if anyone knows what it is, let me know. This will be a separate eBay listing for sure, because this here might be something that's worth 50, 60 bucks. I have no idea. Okay, and another Briggs & Stratton recoil. This is a model 6BHS. So that's old stuff. That's what it was. The older ones have the B and the S on the side here. I think maybe that's what I was missing or mixing up. So again, they're interchangeable pretty much with each other. Model tags on there. This I like. Look at the size of this thing. Oil bath, metal lid, metal side, pot metal or cast. That's actually might be cast steel. I don't even know if that's aluminum on the side. Some kind of breather on the side here. So I got about 4 of these carburetors. So I got lots of those. So I don't really know what that's from, so I'm just going to leave it in here. And a little bucket can be thrown away. My hands are a little bit too dirty to touch the camera, but I'll show you what the rest of this shit is here. A couple of random carburetors, a couple coils. If I can, I don't want to move the camera over here. So anyway, might as well start on the next pile. Of stuff that's... Whoopsie! Never did. Okay. I'm going to have to reset up the camera for this. So give me a few seconds. Okay. Next pile of stuff. Well, that's worth nothing. Another carburetor here. So that's kind of like the one I was just showing you that I said I got tons of. So I'm not going to read off any details. Another air filter. Oil bath. Carburetor, if it's stiffest pin. Muffler. Bottom of a carburetor. I know there's a top in here somewhere. I don't even know if these are any good. Another recoil, which is kind of an oddball one. So, not sure if anyone knows what that's from. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Anyway, magneto. Oh, I guess that's actually meant to pull out of there. Okay, this is model, it says model X, XH1995, and yes, it works. So, single cylinder, mag, works good. So I already shocked myself a couple 100 times with it just for fun. A couple Iron Horse pulleys, recoils. I actually got about 15 of these. It's just a newer style carburetor, the non-adjustable one. Another one of these big ass suckers here. Oh, was off the view there. Sorry about that. Another one of these big ass suckers. Now this one here is kind of an oddball, weird one if you ask me. There's a play in the throttle, in the shaft here. Anyone knows what that one's from? Not too sure. It's heavy. Old. Tensioner, I'm going to keep that. Another one of these. Well, this is a smaller style carb. Takes the double float, which I don't have. One here that's complete. Most likely it has the parts inside it. I don't feel like cleaning them up right now to find out what they are and everything. I have seen them before. I worked with them. This one here is a Clinton carburetor. So I know I have a whole box of Clinton carburetors. Another non-adjustable one. Matic. Another muffler. Some of these mufflers I might end up keeping because they got all kinds of engines without them. An intake from who knows what. Another carburetor. This one here is off. This one here, I don't even know. Another bottom of one of those big ass ones. Another muffler here. Magneto and intake. Not sure what that's off of. And yeah, that's gas tank mount. And that's pretty much all that's in here. A couple intakes. And anyway, that's it. So that ends that video for now. And oop, what did I hit? I just hit a button on my camera. Okay, so still recording. Anyway, that ends the video for now. Again, this here probably will end up pretty much going into one part slot on eBay. I'll probably try to sell it all. Not too sure yet. So anyway, and Coca-Cola crates not for sale. Too handy. Sweet.